Simon & Schuster Audio presents Why Am I Like This? My Brain Isn't Broken and Neither Is Yours by Gemma Styles. Performed by Gemma Styles.
Introduction. Why am I like this? How many times have you asked yourself this very question over the past week? Did you leave a coffee on top of your car, forget to text someone back, or did you get lost in a spiral of overthinking about all the ways you don't like yourself, don't like how you think, don't like how your brain works? Some of you might be thinking, "Oosh, bit dramatic, Gemma." And some of you will be wondering how I knew that. We're all different. That will always be true and should be celebrated. But whether or not you're feeling exasperated with, or just curious about the way that your brain works, there are some elements of our wiring that are pretty universal. Knowing more about them, in my experience, is both empowering and exhilarating. For a very long time, I felt trapped and limited by what was going on inside my head. I didn't understand why I was struggling, and felt like everyone else was getting along just fine while I was falling, internally, at the first hurdle. The thing that's always made the most difference to how I feel is information. Getting an answer. For me, a lot of those answers were to questions relating to poor mental health, or, as I would later find out, ADHD. This isn't a memoir, but I am going to be talking about my own experience with mental health issues and the struggles I've faced since my late teens, specifically depression and anxiety. This is partly so you can see where I'm coming from, in the spirit of being open and honest about things a lot of people face at certain times in their life. And also because the best place to start is often with the things you know the most about. My questions might not all be the same as your questions, but for each of us, the way we feel about ourselves is deeply entangled with how we navigate the world we live in. Let's face it, there are always going to be new things we notice, and more idiosyncrasies we'd like explained. It would take 1,000 books to try and sum up every little experience of any one person. We might not all relate to exactly the same things, but we'll all relate to some. The beauty of examining how we process the world in such a universal sense is that the things you learn about yourself you can apply to others too. Maybe you're most frustrated with yourself, or maybe with other people. Why are they reacting like that? Why aren't they listening to me? But far from feeling resigned to the more exasperating ways in which our brains work and make us feel, I want us to see the method in the madness, as well as realize that there are things we can change. Your brain isn't working against you, even when it feels like that. It's often trying to keep you safe.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?